Hey guys, Chad here. Just want to talk to you guys for a few minutes about Bitcoin. I know that I've been talking about it a little bit lately to some folks. I've been mentioning it on my social media, and some of y'all are probably already familiar with Bitcoin. Some of you may have no idea about Bitcoin. The reason for me wanting to share it is what I want to talk about. So, that being said, my journey in Bitcoin started a couple years ago, just as the pandemic hit, and the business that I was working at was shut down, like many. I stumbled upon a Bitcoin ATM at the mall, and I was very curious, and so that led me down to to the internet searching Bitcoin, because I had heard about it over the years. I always thought, okay, this is some kind of digital currency that they use for gaming or whatever, and also, we have all these convenient apps nowadays like Venmos and PayPals. I just thought it might be another form of that. Anyway, regardless, when I saw the ATM, I was very curious. Started to do a little research, so I just want to kind of share some information with you guys. So like I said, it was early 2020. The price of Bitcoin was somewhere around, I think it was around $3,000, maybe $5,000 range, right in that area for one Bitcoin. We can talk about that later. But I went straight to the internet, Google, what's Bitcoin, and it sends you down a big rabbit hole, lots of information. And then there's a lot of information about cryptocurrency as well, because Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Apparently there's thousands of cryptocurrencies. So that's another thing I want to talk about as well. Like I said, the price was around $5, something like that. I began to start investing. Immediately. I wanted to just get some skin in the game, put a few $100s in and start learning it, and also be able with that to learn how to transact with it, because that's a whole nother topic of how do I buy Bitcoin, how do I sell Bitcoin. The price today, which is where are we at? We're like almost August 1st, 22. The price had shot way up last year with Elon Musk hyping it up, things like that. The price today as we talk is around $22,000 per Bitcoin. Price fluctuates. It's very volatile. Another topic that we can definitely get into. Okay, so let me try to clarify some things with you guys. I'm down the rabbit hole. I'm starting to learn about Bitcoin. It is a rabbit hole, folks. There's a lot to learn. I mean, once you get into it, it takes you down another rabbit hole about just basically what is money. What is money? And then we pull out these dollar bills out of our pocket, and we have to question, where does this money come from? What are these funny designs on the dollar bill, where is this money supply coming from? Another thing is, last year, with unemployment and this huge disruption in supply chains and COVID, I was very curious, how is the stock market at all-time highs? Every day you wake up, the stock market's inching up, the housing market's inching up, even the price of Bitcoin inching up. And this is in some of the worst economic times that we've had in a long time. So I was curious about that. How is that possible? So with that, more research, big rabbit hole. One of the main number one things that I've really found is a lot of information about the Federal Reserve. That's the United States Federal Reserve. This is a crazy institution that is run by a handful of bankers. It's really a banking cartel. So after asking this question, what is money? It led me down to actually a book that's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. Sounds like a fairy tale, horror story. The Creature from Jekyll Island is a book documenting the foundation of the Federal Reserve and basically the last 100 years of what they've been up to. So very, very interesting. Come to find out, this really is the source of all of our problems for the past 100 years. The ups, the downs, the wars, the cycles, it's all there in the book. I'm surprised the book's even available and hasn't been banned yet, because there's so much information that frankly they probably don't want us to see. We can go down that rabbit hole together, hopefully. But yeah, so many directions just from wanting to understand Bitcoin, learning about money, learning about the markets, learning about the Federal Reserve. One of the next biggest things that I kind of stumbled onto was this notion of a great reset or a new world order. And these things, you know, I've heard New World Order, man, back in the 90s I was hearing about that. Well, diving into this, there's a lot of information that is kind of building up to, you know, today that really states it. I mean, we're going into this New World Order, some scary shit, some scary shit. So that just keep me learning. You know, I take information and then I search it in different areas to try to learn more and verify. But it's something that we need to talk about, guys. We're losing control of our country. We're losing control of our money, and no one's putting up a fight. So we're headed for a real disastrous situation here in America and around the world. If you haven't already noticed, it's just going to get worse, guys. One of the biggest points here for me making this video is just open the conversation. You know, we got to communicate, guys. And this isn't about voting for this guy or that guy or who your favorite politician is. It's so much deeper than that, man. It's so much deeper. We've got to fix the money. Okay, so I just want to reach out to you guys, let you know why I'm obsessed with Bitcoin. I'm not some crazy investor, gambler that's trying to make a buck. No, I want to understand my money that I work so hard for, and why at the end of the day, it's becoming worth less and less and less. All right, to sum it up, just wanted to let you guys know that Bitcoin has led me down a huge rabbit hole regarding what is money, what are these financial institutions that are controlling things, why is inflation impacting us so bad, things like that. What is this New World Order, this Great Reset, these things that we're starting to hear about, ESG, quantitative easing. These terms are starting to float around in the media just to kind of go over our heads, just kind of cause us to be confused. There's something about a digital currency coming out that basically they may do away with cash altogether. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I think that's definitely something we might want to know about beforehand, understand why it's coming, the implications, and what we can do about it. So this video, just to let you know where my head's at, it's also an invitation. So I've developed something called the East Texas Bitcoin Alliance. It's just a community group that we can get together and talk, share ideas, share information, learn about Bitcoin, learn about the economy, learn about why our country's getting stolen from us and what we can do about it. So guys, please check out East Texas Bitcoin Alliance. Send me a direct message, just personally, give me a phone call. We have to start talking about this immediately. This is not something we want to ignore, guys. It's here, it's coming, it's on our heels, and we're losing our country fast. All right, guys, reach out to me. I love y'all. I don't want to be weird, annoying Bitcoin guy. It's much bigger than that, and we've got to talk about it. Love y'all.